Hello YouTube, welcome back to another YouTube video by Mr. Fish, and today is going to be a video on the Gear S3 and S2. I know that I have not uploaded in a minute and this is kind of a random video, but I just wanted to go over this because I've owned these watches for about 6 months now, and I feel like it's time for a not in-depth review kind of the watches. It's going to be more of like a personal, so don't judge if you guys are having different experiences. Don't say anything in the comments, just this is how I personally feel about the watches and why I like them and why I like it, and why I don't like it and I like it, you know what I mean? So this is going to be a little bit different. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell because I know you guys are good at that. Do that and enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the biggest pet peeve that I've had ever in watch history, pretty much. So I started using the Samsung Pay on the Galaxy S7 and I absolutely loved it. I love not having to pull out my card and actually having to use it. I can just pull out my phone, click one button and I'm using my card, and it's just awesome. It's one of the coolest things ever. So I was like, if I have the Gear S2, I'll be able to do it on the S2, right? Because I seen that it had NFC, and I figured NFC actually meant that I can use it in a store, and I can't, unfortunately. I tried it multiple times. I actually had to go to a certain store and find an NFC actually enabled device, which barely none of them have. Absolutely, I found, I think, one, and I was completely out of my way, not even where I live at, and this is when I went riding a long time ago, but it was one of the biggest pet peeves because I like to just have it on my watch and I can just go up and, whenever I'd like and purchase anything. I don't have to pull my phone out at all, which makes it even easier. It's already on my wrist. So that was awesome. That was one of the best features of the S3. Unfortunately, the S2 does not have it, like I said, but it does have the NFC, so remember that. If you are looking for the Samsung Pay on your watch, do not purchase S2 because it will not work anywhere or unless you have, popular NFC type payment situations where you're at. Okay, so the second thing I'd like to talk about is the S2 and the S3 bands. Now, they're really, really weird, and the S2 band is almost kind of like a curvature of like the S3. It's completely different. It's small enough. I think this is why they did it, because the watch is a lot smaller, so it fits around your wrist. And the S3 is more of a bigger watch, so they actually give it like a 180-degree angle for the bands to actually move. So this is an actual better type of design, I believe, because the S3 just makes it more comfortable. The S2 is a little bit more, stiff. It's more of a weird for people with smaller wrists, so I'd suggest to go with the S3 if you're looking for that, type of band situation. Alright, so the sizes for each watch is, the S2, I personally like the smaller watch. I don't like the S3 where it's got a, bigger type of bezel, and it doesn't sit right on my wrist, as you can tell, because my wrist is a lot smaller. Alright, so this is just the comparison. So you got the S3, and it looks nice. It doesn't look too bad, but it's a lot bigger. As for the S2, you have a lot smaller, and it fits more comfortably on my wrist, and this is just how I like it. If you're a bigger person, you have a bigger wrist, then this is another situation, and go with the S3, of course. Alright, and another thing that's really, really weird, I even updated the software on my Gear S2, and it just doesn't, right when you turn the watch on and you go to use it, it will put a pin and you can't use it at all. It just makes it unusable, which is not a bad thing. It's only a 4-digit, pin code, but still it's kind of inconvenient for, sometimes when you're just throwing the watch on and trying to leave real quick, and then you gotta do something, you gotta put the pin in. The S3 is not like that. The S3, when you have to use the pin, is only when you gotta use Samsung Pay, which is perfectly, fine. So if somebody gets on your watch and starts playing with it, they can't use Samsung Pay without a pin. And this is not required for every single time either. So you only gotta input it once. Once you take it off your wrist, it detects that it's not on your wrist and makes you input the pin again, which the S2 is a little bit different. It does that, but except it locks the entire device. I found that extremely annoying when actually trying to hurry up and leave with the device and finding that I gotta put the pin in and nothing was using or tracking any of my stats or anything. Okay, so like I said about the pin thing, it actually doesn't count if your device is locked, like I said. So if you put it on at 8 in the morning for the Gear S2, if you put it on at 8 in the morning and you're walking and you walk maybe 3,000 steps, it will not track it because you didn't put the pin in, which I find extremely stupid because mainly, I don't actually use my watch until a couple hours later after I put it on because, it's just, I don't have any notifications to look at till then. One of the biggest things that actually changed my direction towards which watch I wanted to get is actually the Gear S3 and its microphone and speaker. Now the S2 actually has a microphone, but it does not have a speaker. So when you're sitting there and you're actually, one of the biggest things about the Gear S2 and the S3 is the speaker that's actually on. Oh my God. Now one of the biggest things about the Gear S2 and the S3, the differences is because the Gear S2 doesn't have a speaker on it, but the S3 does, so that's one of the pluses. So if you're sitting on your watch and get a notification, it's gonna go off and actually make a noise, which is really cool. So it doesn't vibrate anymore. It actually makes a noise like your phone, which is one of the best things ever. you can actually go on your phone. Oh yeah, I'm sorry that I keep saying actually, you know. Actually, that's annoying. And it will play the song off Spotify on your device. So it'll play it through the watch instead of on your phone, which is one of the coolest things ever. I'm gonna actually show you right now. So you got the Gear S3 in front of you guys right now. I'm gonna show you how this works. Now, if I go over and scroll to the music one, if I can find it, hold on. Where is it at? Where are you at, buddy? Okay, here you guys go, and it's gonna show the screen, and it's gonna play the notification on the phone because of the notification that it plays if you get a call. So, oh, I switched it. But you can change the music source from your watch or to your phone, so that's one cool feature too that it has. If you click this little button that shows a thing, you can actually turn the volume up, which makes it awesome, and then you just wait for it to disappear or click the middle button and go back, and then you can play it and it'll play it really loud. So yeah, it's a really weird song, and that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. Now, that's the difference between the Gear S3 and the S2. Hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful video. Based on a 6-month scale type video, you know, this is how long I've been using each. So I used the S2 for a little bit over 5 months, and the S6 for, not the S6, the S3 for a little bit. I think it's been 4 months now, so I figured it's gonna be a good time to make a good review, so.